Come on. Come on. Nice.
You know about this one. Oh wait, I remember this one. Wait.
Today I'm going to entertain you with rock climbing. If you don't know what rock climbing is, well, it's basically what it sounds like. You just climb a bunch of rocks and it's very fun. It can be dangerous at times, but if you take the safety precautions that you need to, it's fine. So I'm gonna show you some rock climbing today. So here's a map of MOE'S Valley. This right here is Sentinel. That is the front sector, which is where I'm currently at. And as you can see, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 more areas. So there's 8 areas in total. So I have a lot of work to do. Fortunately, this is the largest of all the sectors. So this is Sentinel again. So here's a map of that. So this is coming in from the parking lot. You come down this pathway and you follow this up, and these are all the boulders right here, the individual boulders, and each of these numbers represent the problems on the boulders. So I've completed the Fang, Fool's Gold, Duality, Anvil, and the Beast Herd. Today I'm going to work on Guns and Peanut Butter and Cardinal Skin. Hopefully if I climb well enough, I will knock out all those problems. I expect to knock out all the problems on Guns and Peanut Butter. It's only 3 routes and none of them are really challenging grades for myself. Not that they couldn't pose a problem, but I expect to be able to complete them. Cardinal Skin has 2 routes that will be hard for me. There's a V7 and a V8. I've never climbed V8. I know that I can, but I have not climbed the grade yet, so I expect both of those problems to pose a challenge for me, but the rest of the stuff on it will be far below what I normally am able to climb. So that's what I plan to do today, and if I have any extra time, I'm going to go to Pack Rat, because if you haven't seen in my past videos, I've already started Pack Rat and I've completed the majority of the boulder. I only have 3 problems left on it. There's a V6 called Crippler, which basically felt not quite the outro, but I basically had one more hard move and it didn't feel too hard getting there. That was after about 3 tries from the bottom I got to that point. So I just had basically one more move, and that move I had already done in isolation. So I know I'll be able to complete that one pretty quickly. And then there's a V8 in the guidebook, but it's really a V7. On Mountain Project, even grade V6, but it's definitely not V6. It's probably more like a V7. I feel like the hardest thing I've tried for, like if I complete it, I believe it would be the hardest 7 I've ever done. But that's just because I'm not strong on crimps. But yeah, it's crimpy, so maybe it's just not my style, that route, and that's what feels hard to me. But I basically have like one more hard move to do on it. So I think I'll be able to do that. I don't think it's V8, it's probably like V7. So then the last route I have to do on the boulder is it's this low start to this V6 that I did last session, which is called Rixer for Kids. So the low is just Rixer for Kids sit start. And that one's graded V9 in the book. On Mountain Project, it seems to get varied grades from V8 to V10. So I'm guessing it's just like V9 still. But if I complete, these 2 boulders today, then I'm gonna go over there. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and show you the first couple boulders here. The V2, a V3, and V4. So I'm just gonna work from easiest to hardest. So I'm gonna start on the V2, then go to the V3, and then go to the V4. So I will show you that now. All right, so the first 2 boulders I'm gonna try are right here. So the V2 and the V3 both start on this big jug rail. Super huge. So the only difference between the 2 is that the V2, you go out left and you got better jugs and easier top out apparently. And the V3, you go out right. And there's not really any particular cool holds out here or anything. Like this is a hold. So like mini chicken head pinch thing. Got some crimp flakes. I don't know. There's more jugs straight up there. Nothing too crazy, so I'm gonna do those 2 real quick and then I'll head over to the 4. All right, that's 2 done. Time for the 4. All right, so the 4 starts on that like chalk shelf down there, and then you just go straight up the line, up the face. Kind of moves all the way to the left, but it's a little bit tall, but there should be no reason I fall up top. Okay, well, I went pretty far to the left towards the end. I could have gone straight to the top, but like, I didn't realize it, but that stuff's like super choss up there. The feet were like kind of feeling a bit crumbly, and even the hands, and I was like, I mean, it's pretty much all choss up there, but yeah, it was a little spooky because one of the last holds I grabbed had moss all over it. And I was like, it's like I'm just gonna, and then I stepped on this one foot. I was like, this so could break. I wasn't like, you know, pulling really hard and like struggling. I know how to move very lightly on the wall so that I don't put a lot of pressure down on the holds and break them. If I was like trying really hard and put a lot of force, I might break them, but I didn't do that. Technically, I've moved away from the pads, but that outro just looked a bit more secure. Instead of going fully direct, I moved out left, but it doesn't really matter. I mean, you climb up to that point, that was like V4. That felt like V4 just getting up to there. I just think the hardest part's down low. All right, so that's all those boulders. I'm gonna go to this boulder called Cardinal Skin, and it's got like a V2, V2, V3, and then a V7 and V8. So that's what I'll spend most of the session on. So I'm gonna hike over there. Here's a shot from up here real quick so you can all see where I'm actually at. So this is like the front sector down here. So this is right here. This is the trail going up to the main valley. You walk up there, and then this is like the front area still. So I did some boulders like out in that section, and then there's a lot of boulders down this main section. You can kind of see them if I get a little bit closer. And then there's just more stuff along this cliff side. So I just did that one. There's more up there, which are the ones I'm not going to do today because of bad falls. There's a 4 on the outside that I want to do, but I could not figure out. I found the boulder, but I could not figure out where the line starts. It's like a newer prom, and there's no videos online. There's no picture of it in the bike guidebook or a mountain project. I couldn't find a mountain project, so I really don't know where that problem is, but I want to knock it out. So I'll just have to come back and figure it out another day, but I'm gonna head over to the Cardinal Skin boulder now. So let's continue the battle. All right, I've made it to the Cardinal Skin boulder. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty chill. Jesus. Oh my gosh, bro.